It was one of those days when the coffee machine had a mind of its own, the kitchen was behind on orders, and customers walked in with more complaints than smiles. Layla, the waitress at Carver's diner, had learned to roll with the punches. She moved gracefully between the booths and the counter, taking orders, delivering plates, and handling the occasional rude patron with the ease of someone who had been doing this job for years. Yet today felt different. There was something in the air, a shift, as though someone was about to enter her world. That someone came in just after the lunch rush, stepping through the door with a sense of purpose that immediately caught Layla's attention. He was tall, well-dressed, his tailored suit sharply contrasting with the grease-splattered diner walls. His face, however, was creased with frustration, a furrowed brow belying the calmness his appearance suggested. "I need a mechanic," he muttered as he entered, scanning the diner like he was looking for a sign. Layla, wiping her hands on her apron, stepped up to him. "Can I help you with something, sir?" The man glanced at her, and for a moment his eyes softened. "My car's broken down just outside. I thought I'd find a mechanic here." "Sorry, we don't do repairs," Layla said with an apologetic smile. "But I can help you with a coffee while you wait for help. It might take a while for someone to come by." He sighed, looking defeated. "I can't wait. I have an important meeting in an hour." Layla's eyes flicked to the window. The car, a sleek black sports coupe, was parked haphazardly on the side of the street, its hood popped open. A flash of concern crossed her face. "Is there anything I can do to help?" He looked at her for a moment, considering. "I don't know. I'm not exactly a car guy, and I've got no one to call." Layla had grown up with two older brothers who had a knack for fixing anything with an engine. It was second nature to her. With a slight shrug, she pulled her hair back into a bun, reached for the keys to her own old rusted car, and headed toward the door. "Let's take a look. I'll see if I can help." He blinked, surprised. "You? You know about cars?" "I know a thing or two. It's a small town, and I've had to learn." She grinned, her eyes lighting up with a mix of curiosity and confidence. They walked outside together, the hot summer sun blazing down on them as she approached the car. The man leaned against the hood, still a little skeptical, while Layla knelt down and popped the hood open fully. She made a few quick checks, tightened a loose hose, and tapped on the engine. "Should work now," she said, standing up, dusting her hands off. "Try turning it on." The man hesitated but did as she said. To his surprise, the engine roared to life with a satisfying hum. "You did it," he exclaimed, a genuine smile finally cracking through his otherwise tense demeanor. Layla just shrugged modestly, wiping her hands on her apron. "Lucky guess. It's an old trick." The man laughed, the sound rich and full of relief. "I can't believe it. I was about to call a tow truck and I would have been stuck for hours. You really saved me." Layla smiled. "It's nothing. Just doing what I can." For a brief moment, their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them. A kind of quiet understanding, perhaps, or maybe just a brief connection, forged through an unexpected act of kindness. "Look," he said after a pause, "I owe you one. What can I do to thank you?" Layla thought about it for a moment, but before she could respond, the man reached into his pocket and pulled out a wallet. As he fumbled to pull out a bill, Layla noticed something unusual, a glint of gold beneath his shirt. Her eyes widened, a gasp caught in her throat. There, resting against his chest, was a pendant, a diamond-encrusted pendant that was unmistakably familiar. The very same pendant her father had worn for years, the one that had been passed down through generations in their family until it had gone missing 5 years ago. It was a symbol of wealth and legacy, but it was also a symbol of something far more personal to her. Her family had lost it under mysterious circumstances, and it had been the subject of whispers and stories ever since. She stared at it, her heart racing. The man noticed her gaze and followed it down to the pendant. His smile faltered, and for a split second, something like recognition flickered across his face. Layla's breath caught in her throat. "Where did you get that?" she asked. Her voice trembling slightly, the man stiffened. It's been in my family for years," he replied cautiously. "Why do you ask?" She took a step closer, the weight of the pendant pulling her in. "That pendant. It looks just like the one my father used to wear. My family. We lost it years ago. It disappeared without a trace." His eyes narrowed. "I had no idea. It's just a family heirloom. I didn't mean any offense." Layla's mind raced. Could it be a coincidence? But no, the intricate design, the same markings, the same craft. There was no way it could be. Without thinking, she blurted out, "Who are you?" The man paused, his face softening. "I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself earlier. My name's Ryan Delane. My family's been in the business world for generations." Her heart skipped a beat. Ryan Delane, the name her father had mentioned countless times, the name tied to the disappearance of the pendant. The Delane family was known for their immense wealth, their power, and their long-standing connections in the upper echelons of society. Ryan was a name she'd heard often, but never met. Never thought she'd meet like this. Layla's mind was reeling, but something inside her shifted. She had always been taught to treat everyone the same, regardless of their status. She had been raised to help people without expecting anything in return. And right now, that same principle guided her actions. The pendant, her family's history, her father's pain, all of it was suddenly irrelevant. "You don't owe me anything, Ryan," she said, her voice steady. "Helping you fix your car was enough." Ryan seemed to read something in her expression. He hesitated for a long moment, as if considering his next words carefully. Then, without a word, he reached up and removed the pendant from around his neck. He handed it to her, his gaze steady. "I know it might not mean much to you right now," he said quietly, "but I think it belongs with you. It's time it found its way home." Layla's eyes widened. She didn't know what to say. She could feel the weight of the pendant in her palm, but more than that, she felt the shift within herself, a moment of closure, of healing, of redemption. She looked up at him, a lump in her throat. "Thank you," she whispered, the words carrying all the gratitude she felt. Ryan gave her a soft smile. "Thank you. You've given me more than just a car repair today." As she walked back inside the diner, the pendant warm in her hand, Layla realized that kindness could change everything, not just in the world, but in your heart. She didn't need the money, the fame, or the power. What she had was enough, a life filled with empathy, a heart that still believed in the goodness of others, and a pendant that would forever remind her of the day she helped a millionaire, and in return, found her family's lost legacy.